Everybody likes finding new things, and groundbreaking scientific findings and discoveries are always exciting. Sometimes, the things we discover are found in pretty strange places, and others are simply hiding in plain sight. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 intriguing discoveries made in Antarctica. The abandoned Antarctic base. Antarctica was first spotted by Russian sailors in the 1820s, but it wasn't for nearly 100 years that anybody would actually reach the geographical South Pole. That feat was achieved by Roald Amundsen, a Norwegian explorer who beat the ill-fated British expedition led by Captain Robert Falcon Scott to the Earth's southernmost point. Since then, there have been hundreds of missions to the South Pole, but they haven't all been without their problems. This is because Antarctica and its ice sheets are incredibly unpredictable. They move, thicken, and melt quickly, and can catch even the most seasoned explorers off guard. In 1956, a team from the British Antarctic Survey, also known as the BAS, landed on Datai Island off Antarctica's Arrowsmith Peninsula. They set up a sturdy camp and erected a number of buildings that acted as a small community for the duration of their expedition. The base included main living quarters, a dog shelter, radio masts, and even a small post office. The base would hold between 8 to 10 people at any given time, and supply ships came every few months to bring supplies and new researchers. Things were going well at the base. That was until the winter of 1958 to 1959. As you can imagine, winter in one of the coldest places on Earth probably wouldn't be the easiest. However, the ice thickened around the base and the sea froze solid, and the team began to encounter several problems. This was great for the scientists in terms of venturing onto the ice for research purposes. When springtime rolled in, the weather got warmer, which in theory should have melted the ice. However, the ice didn't seem to be going anywhere, and it was only a matter of time before it would begin to re-thicken. The BAS ship was unable to break through the ice, so in order to get off of Datai Island, the team had to walk 25 miles to the coastline. They sealed the base, collected the dogs, and set off for the ship. By the end of 1959, the BAS decided to abandon their original base completely, and there it remained to this day untouched. In 1996, a team making renovations to the BAS's new base remembered the original was still out there in the snow, so decided to go and see whether the structure was still standing. When they arrived, they were amazed at what they found. The old base was in exactly the same condition as when it had been abandoned. 40-year-old supplies, tools, and equipment lay where they had been left. Food remained unopened, and tinned fruit and porridge sat in the pantry uneaten. The cold conditions had preserved the entire shelter, so the renovators decided to leave the base in its original condition. In 2009, the base was officially named a historic landmark, and it's open to any explorer who can reach it. The BAS has even left a little guest book there for people to sign their name into history. Antarctica's eerie ice shelf sounds. Next we'll be talking about another intriguing discovery from the deep south of the Earth. We're going to be discussing the strange horror movie noises that have been reverberating around the Antarctic ice shelf. In Antarctica, scientists have discovered a slow seismic hum with a frequency too low for the human ear to hear. However, when this vibration is sped up by 1,200 times, you can clearly hear a disturbing groan sweeping across the freezing white abyss. This sound is generated by strong winds sweeping across the ice. Geophysicist and mathematician Julian Chaput from Colorado State University says that it's kind of like you're blowing a flute constantly on the ice shelf. Now, the researchers who discovered the noise weren't actually set out to record this. They were actually researching the physical properties of the Ross Ice Shelf, which is about the size of Spain. By measuring the noises, scientists can better track the collapse of the Antarctic ice shelves as global warming begins to melt these vast sheets of solid ice. In an attempt to understand the arrangement of the Ross Ice Shelf, scientists placed 34 sensitive seismic detectors under its surface. They then monitored its vibrations from late 2014 to early 2017. The data revealed that the snow coat sitting on top of the ice shelf appeared to be almost constantly vibrating, which in turn created the sinister Antarctic song. Much like a massive and freezing cold instrument, the pitch of the sheets singing, as scientists have called it, is actually changed with differing weather conditions. If a storm blew a large amount of snow on or off the area, or the air temperature changed, the pitch of the noise would also change. These snow dunes are described as acting like the holes in a flute. When one hole is covered, or one dune is created or destroyed, the Antarctic hum also changes. This analogy has been widely used to explain how ice conditions are changing, as well as the forces involved in that change. Antarctica's giant ice hole. Rising global temperatures are melting the ice caps, and this can come with some pretty serious consequences. In 2019, scientists discovered there's a giant void. It's approximately the size of Manhattan, and it's located at the bottom of a glacier on the west side of Antarctica. The glacier, or rather the void itself, is the size of Florida. It's frequently described as the most dangerous glacier in the world, and it sheds a large portion of the 250 billion tons of ice that Antarctica loses each year to the sea. Researchers believe that the void has lost the majority of its ice in only the last 3 years. They've suspected for years that the glacier was not tightly attached to the bedrock underneath it. According to glaciologist Eric Rigner from the University of California, that is. Researchers used ice-penetrating radar and advanced satellite technology to detect and map the void, which provides startling and worrying evidence in terms of the future of the Antarctic. The giant void also allows added heat to get underneath the glacier. This heat only accelerates the melting of the ice caps. Now, the reason that this is troubling is because this particular glacier alone accounted for around 4% of global sea level rise as of 2019. If this is occurring under other parts of the Antarctic, the penguins could become extinct a lot sooner than we thought. However, this glacier isn't melting in a uniform way. Glacier retreat occurs when their ice melts more quickly than snowfall can accumulate. This glacier is retreating in a different way, allowing scientists to discover new mechanisms of retreat. It also explains why retreat and melt rates are more prevalent on the west side of Antarctica, where the void is located, rather than the eastern side of the peninsula. Furthermore, it's one of the hardest places on Earth to reach. In the summer of 2009, the US National Science Foundation and the British Natural Environmental Research Council launched the International Glacier Collaboration. This program aims to fully unearth the secrets of this glacier and perhaps even reach the bottom of it. It's a fascinating thing, but the giant void underneath it serves as a pretty large reminder as to the startling effects of global warming. The Antarctic is an incredible place, and it's home to some fascinating creatures, amazing and useful scientific discoveries, and it has a rich history, featuring some of the most determined explorers from the last 200 years. Recently, Antarctica has become something of a tourist destination, serving as an unorthodox getaway for many people. However, these ice caps and glaciers are in danger. So what do you make of these Antarctic discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments section below, and help us by growing this community whilst working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.